5, take 1, audio 17, and mark it.
That's perfect.
So today we were filming the scene between Mekai and Callista, and Callista's just come back through the portal. She's obviously not happy because her younger sister is about to get sent off to another planet, and she has a little bit of beef with Mekai. She feels like she could run the whole colony a lot better and get that moment of tension between the two of them. And obviously Mekai's starting to realise that he might have someone to contend with for the position of power.
The first thing we did, we were using a green screen to make a portal. So I came out of this awesome portal from another realm into this one to relocate some of the elves and people, and I came back to get my sister, and she wasn't very happy about that. So yeah, it was really cool. We had like this big prop made that I sort of had to stand up on and walk down the stairs, and it was amazing that people helped us and made these things for us. So yeah, it was cool. So yeah, so I hadn't seen my sister for, I think it's like 6 months. It was a really, really long time. And she was in the grounds with another elf, and I saw her walking up, and I was basically observing it and getting ready to say goodbye. And she saw me and she ran away because she was, angry that I was there to transport her. So yeah, that was a bit heartbreaking.
The first scene that we did today was of Fern and I out in the grounds, and Callista portals herself back to where we are, and I'm obviously quite happy to see her, but Fern, being her little sister, thinks that she's been betrayed by her, she's been abandoned, so she's in a little bit of shock and runs off, and yeah, that's the first scene.
So first off, we started over on the grass, and it's when I first noticed that Callista's back, which isn't good because that means I'm about to be sent off.
The second scene we did today was of Callista and I. We were catching up in the main hall room, just what she's been doing and what I've been doing, what we're in charge of now. Basically expressing my opinion about how I think Fern is, because I don't think Fern's handling anything too well.
So I was in there talking to my best friend, who I also hadn't seen for a very long time. She'd been basically looking after my sister, training her. She's, they're all family. So I came in to talk about everything and to talk about her relocation and my purpose and what's going to happen next to our people. My younger sister walks in and we embrace, but then she's angry at me because she blames me that she's going to leave, and yeah, and then she gets taken away. So I basically had to watch her be taken away from me, and that was really hard.
So when I walk through the door and first greet Callista and then eventually get quite angry at her. It was really fun to do. It was not challenging, but just fun to bring about different emotions and express them. And yeah, I really enjoyed filming that.
Yeah, so the second scene was the actual event of me sending Kiaran, or trying to send Kiaran, off our planet to go and become the guardian of another one, and that was where it kind of was the line drawn for Callista. She sort of realises that she's not going to see her sister again and she's had enough, and that's when she makes that decision to actually fight back, and she actually assassinates me in that scene. So there's the power struggle now being turned over in her favour. So yeah, it was quite an intense scene. I get a nice arrow through the heart, but it's all what happens to rulers who don't do the right thing by their people.
Our role today in this scene was to get Fern and drag her through the portal. And after we've done that, the Callista and Kiaran, they retaliate. They're not happy that the king has sent Fern through the portal, who they care about, as a guardian, out into the world. So they're quite angry, and one of them pulls out an arrow, kills the king, and then the other comes across us with a machete and dispatches us. We get dispatched today, which is pretty fun. Also quite scary, even though the machete wasn't coming close to us. It felt like it was only millimetres away from our necks.
It was pretty fun though.
Yeah, you loved it.
I
I was
love it.
I was panicking a little bit. I wasn't so sure.
In the very last scene, I basically go up and behead 2 soldiers. And I'll tell you, it is very, very, very hard to control those things. They're heavy, you've got to hold your arm a certain way. I do think that I did terrify the soldiers a little bit. They held their characters pretty well. They're not too happy with Fern being put into the portal, so they basically take it among themselves to fight back and decide that they're going to jump in the portal after her and save her from wherever it is that she's been sent. So.
We got to see a lot of the behind the scenes things that happen. Watching how the team work is amazing.
Yeah.
The director,
Come together.
you know, is it the boom guy? I'm
Clapper?
Oh, the clapper. I'm still learning all of these film terminology and stuff like that. So we're really proud of how everyone worked today. It was a top effort from everyone. Very professional and
Yes. It was a fun day.
yeah.
Thank you.